Going on YouTube. Look good. I hope I'm being heard. So I'm gonna do a power check on YouTube because I want to apologize. My last broadcast, I was not heard on YouTube, and so all who are or was able to hear it or watch the YouTube video, and there was no sound. I was aware. I am aware now, and I do apologize. So that's because I didn't do a sound check and I wasn't prepared. So tonight I'm prepared before we even get with the reading, because as you see, we're doing a Thursday night reading. That's what we're going to do. I'm not going to weigh in, and I'm not going to paraphrase it. I'm not going to teach, revise, or even evolve the concept of what we're getting into. I'm just going to merely do the reading, and you go ahead and get the understanding that's meant for you to see for. All right, so good. I'm good on let me see. How can I do this? I'm good on YouTube. I'm good on the YouTube sound. And I'm gonna have to take it that I'm good on my Facebook sound too, my Facebook family members and friends. Now, I'm gonna be more of a sure that I'm good with Facebook simply for the fact in which the avenue that I'm doing it. And that's pretty much with my cell phone. And y'all know how it is with the cell phone. If you streaming off your cell phone, you supposed to have the best quality, especially if you got the best type of equipment. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm not even going to check Facebook because we know Facebook is always giving us the best quality that we can possibly have. So look, we back again with some profound information. I've been going over a few things. I've been out gathering with some masters and we've been discussing. And so it gives me great pleasure to come back amongst social media and get with you and let you all know like things is looking pretty good for us here in the wilderness of North America. All right. So on that note there, I want to drop a tune that I put together and we're going to get started with the reading. This is the Thyself tune. All right. Let's check it out, y'all.
family. Baseline Records.
I got, like I said, this is a Thursday night reading. So it's three pieces of materials we're going to come out of. The first one is going to be The Faith in the Valley by Iyanla Vanzant. If you don't know who she is, get your pen and paper out because I'm going to be revealing a lot of information that you may need to be copying or jotting down, but at best, taking mental note. Iyanla Vanzant, Iyanla is her first name. Vanzant, Vanzant is her last. And she scribes in this material the idea of let's go with you make me sick. Everybody, and I'm going to do these three readings, right? Keeping in the power with the 3, 6, and 9. First of all, let me welcome everybody. Did I welcome everybody? I'm sorry. Yo, peace, love, and light, y'all. I'm just coming in on a certain type of vibe this evening where I, reside and at, and I've just been so joyful with the surroundings and the things that I'm reaping in existence. So on that note, there, I'm hoping you also will is having a delicious life like I am, and that everything is is going to be okay, and it's going exactly the way it's supposed to be, so that it can keep developing into all the greatness that's therefore after, right? Let's not be in the idea of something going on in my life and it's an accident or mistake. You don't want to, you don't, that's a faulty way of acknowledging your state of existing. And it has a lot to do to say for that of the individual who you worship, or the power, should I say. Okay? If my life is by coincidence, mishap, and mistakes, then what that got to do with, that can't just say much about who sent me. So surely we know that there's no faulty in the Almighty God, is there? No. All right. So we're gonna, and I don't really like to assume, but for the benefit of the best of the scheme of things, we're going to assume that our Almighty God is magnificent, perfect, never making mistake. Everything that Almighty God, the good Lord, what have you, has created, then look, you're going to have to know that it was for intended reasons and purposes. So in the book Faith in the Valley by Iyanla Vanzant, she writes that everybody wants everything their way all the time. Everybody thinks about, oh, I'm sorry, everybody thinks everybody else is wrong most of the time. When things don't go the way, when things don't go the way, right, we want them to go, what we do, we get mad, we get frustrated. You start becoming non-believing in your God, cussing your God out, right? Ain't that what we do? Then we start blaming, doing the blaming game on somebody or anybody for not getting in our way. That is what it's about. Iyanla writes here. It goes on to say that we get angry when we don't get our way, just like children. We pout, stamp our feet, swear under our breath, and promise ourselves that one day we will have our way. Unfortunately, we didn't know how to have our way without the pain, anger, and confusion until today. You have, or you can have your way easily and effortlessly. So says Iyanla Vanzant. See? You can have what you want when you want it, the way you want it. That's not nothing that's beyond realistic. Remember, as the mind thinketh, so shall it be. It took me a long time to realize in that information there of how I have no right to interfere with no one else's spiritual, for the most part, concepts and views, facts. You can have everything just the way that you want it without fighting, struggling, or even being pissed off. You can have as much as you want of whatever it is in whatever size, quantity, or style you desire. In order for this to happen, listen, Iyanla, she figures out that in order for this to happen, what must be done? What do we got to do, people? Huh? You must fulfill one tiny requirement. Now, and that is to make the decision. See, once a decision is made, that means that the individual has developed a mental projection in their mind of what exactly it is that they want in existence. Huh? Am I right or wrong? Shall we ask Iyanla? What does she think about that? Would you think that in her field, right, she'll be far along enough to be in agreement and resonating of that type of energy? Listen, let's go on and see what she says, and you figure it out. I'm gonna just do the reading. This is supposed to be Thursday night reading, which means I'm not supposed to be teaching. I'm not supposed to be evolving our information for today. That means it's your job to do this. I'm going to fall back. I'm going to see what you do with the information from here on out. This is what a good teacher does. I can't hold your hand all day, every day. You need a babysitter for that. I'm not your babysitter. I'm just here to help you see. So listen. She goes on to write that, again, we must make that decision, right? That just a tiny little requirement. And once you decide, don't waver or falter or doubt. That doubt is a big parasite that attacks most people. Doubt. Oh, don't I know? Never doubt. Once you make that decision and you've seen it set in your mind, how that song go? What she say, don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it. I associate that with my thinking. Don't play with your thinking. That's most important. I understand there are other entities and ways and byways and roads in which we could play with things. But if that's the case, let's not let the mind be the first one that we're not going to have to do that. There's no playing when it comes. Listen, people, this is serious, man. Your soul is at stake, which means your mind. And your mind is your spirit. Your spirit is your soul. And if you have not conceived how this is so, just think how Pico energy love to tax you and put, okay? That's all you got to do. They make you pay for water, electric, air, and the earth. You don't control no elements. They stripped it from you physically, spiritually, literally, allegorically, and metaphorically. So now, until I come along, and a few great others, since the 60s, then we have the newborns, we're here to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. All right? So, in closing, what Iyanla Vanzant is exclaiming to us, she states that we should not waver or falter or doubt or accept anything less than what you decided on. Okay? Don't get mad or impatient or fearful that you won't show up. Once you make the decision, trust that things will fall into place and show up at just the right time. You can have all the things you can have all things the divine way. That's profound there, people. Let's give some energy out to Iyanla Vanzant for sharing those few words with us. Because y'all know words is power now. So our next piece of material is what? What do we have here? Oh. He trying to hide from us. He trying to hide. See y'all see that? She all up under there. This is who is this? Louise Hayes. Louise Hayes, people. Oh, did I show y'all? Well, she don't have a picture on here, do she? No, Iyanla doesn't have a picture, so you're gonna have to Google her. And so y'all can look at who she is and what she look like. I'm not quite sure if she even still physically in existence. I'll have to Google that myself. But still, we got to give her flowers. Ashe? So this is Louise Hay in the book titled Trust Life. Trust Life. So you know this was a good grab. Anytime you on the bookshelf and you looking and you see some that's going to catch your eye. Not the third eye, not the second eye, but the first eye. Because that's what you do. You trust. What life do you trust? It ain't the cat down the road, I hope. I hope it ain't the bird in the tree. I hope it ain't your homie. Oh, come on now. You trust your brother life, don't you? The first life, the first law. I know they told you that the first law of nature is what? Law of self-preservation. I like to think that the first law of nature is the first law of vibration. Huh? Yeah. Because I'm an energy. I don't need to be preserving anything when I got everything. But I look like preserving something. If you knew who I was, you would well know that there's no need for me to preserve anything because you got the gift of gab. You can utilize that to get whatever you want. That's what I tell myself. But then I said, well, I don't even need to utilize the gift of gab because I already got the gift of everything. Oh, come on, y'all. Stop playing with yourself. You're just as great as I am. I'm not on social media telling people that this is the finest that there can be. I'm the greatest like Muhammad Ali and I float like butterflies and stink like bees. What I'm exclaiming to you and what Muhammad Ali was exclaiming to you, because I channel Muhammad Ali and he telling me to let y'all know this. Cause y'all go back and watch his old videos when he's doing interviews with the W man. And you know you got to curve what you're saying, but Muhammad Ali was one of the most voiceless of opinions. He'll let them know, like, don't call me boy and all that and things like that. However, he still knew because you already got to remember he was with the Nation of Islam. They didn't like that. He didn't go into he had the issue, same thing with the military and all this, that thing and the other. So his life, y'all got to understand to be of that type of energy that he was. He had to be very strategic in all of his movement, even all the way to the extent of how he even went out physically. I can break it down to you, but this is not the stroke. This is not the stream. My point is this. If Muhammad Ali is the greatest, are you going to be, or let that be the last great nigga? Oh, yeah. Mike Tyson like that one. Share the video, y'all. Because look, we're going to get into this fire. We talking about the human body, how the human body in symbolism coming up out of the secret teachings of all ages by Manly P. Hall. If you don't know who that is, look him up. Look it up. But before we read that, let's read see what Louise has to say on March 6th. And I figure again, people, I'm reading this information merely so that I'm hoping that I can give everybody, all 8 billion you niggas here in the wilderness of North America or all over Turtle Island or Atlantis, what have you. I'm sorry. It ain't just got to be here in the wilderness of North America. But I'm doing this in the energy of that I can touch you all. I got a little something for everybody. Hold on, hold. Y'all ain't got to bum rush me. Calm down. Here you go. I do something for you too. All right, look at her. I see you, mama. I got a special bag for you. Right. You know what I'm talking about? So I started off with Atlanta. We're going to go to Louise, and Louise happened to be, yes, a European woman, for just in case. And now, if you don't like European women, y'all gonna have to exit my monastery because we don't do that here. If you don't like black non-ether, cosmic superpower black woman, so-called black woman, you're gonna have to get up out of my monastery right now. I'll take a minute so you can find something else to entertain your mind, tickle your fancy. Okay? Because we don't work with emotions here. If you sit and listen to me, anybody, and I tell Donald Trump this, fuck that. I tell X that. And if you don't know who X that, that's Elon's son. Yeah. And Barron. Them both my homies. Them my young boys. Okay? We deal in the spiritual realm together, not here in the physical. We can't let y'all see the game. Y'all don't see how Barron was looking when he was on there next to his mom, Bianca? Huh? Come on now. You probably can't see it. I realize that when we already know most of you people can't see. So I'm just talking for those who can see. Remember, I'm just here to help you see. I realize that, listen, you people, we all on different levels. This is the eye of Haru. They call it Horus or what have you. Okay? Study this. It is in-depth symbol. And you can't have this if it doesn't resonate or empower, and makes you or you manifest its power. Or it, you okay? Because either two things gonna happen. You put this on, it's like touching something. I like to liken it to what was the movie I was watching? Raiders of the Lost Ark. And I got the hat, Indiana Jones. I got a fish that I brought out of Atlantic City, right? Because it's one of my favorite studies of films from Hollywood. Okay? You got to go study this stuff that they put out here. Don't just watch movies just to be entertained. You want to see what it is that the universe is speaking to you. Not just what the Illuminati or the Masons and the niggas talking about too. Remember, if they are of the elite and powers that be, then they must be into something that's higher than your degree and what you see. You see? Why? Because knowledge is infinite. It's a chain of command. You see? What does it say in the Bible? If you seen God Almighty, it'll blow your mind. Y'all don't dig it what that means. That's for real. You scared of Medusa. If I showed you Medusa right now, y'all niggas are ah. But me and Medusa could sit down there. I might have to close my eye like this, or put my mask on. But we could. You see what I'm saying, though? There's levels to this existence, people. We said it when we made the record. Stop playing with this. So let's see what Louise Hay has to say. Because everybody who hate white women should have left the room right now. I don't hate nothing. I never eat Brussels sprouts. And I'm straight fruitarian vegetable type dude. And I do not eat Brussels sprouts at all. I will vomit. But guess what? Never have the idea, thought, and came across my mind that I hate that shit. You ever think about that? Like, damn. Why would you? How come you're that deep with it? Oh, I hate Brussels sprouts. It's not that deep. It's not worth draining me of a low vibrant type of energy. Okay? To keep me from becoming optimal and supreme. Because that's all it's going to do. That's the lower chakras. That's the root chakra area. You see? Let's move on. We ain't got much time. She writes that I am perfect exactly as I am. Oh, I love that. Now, this is just as fresh. Well, I had the book for years, but I don't remember each date and thing in here. So I pick a book. I said, I'm going to do a read for Thursday. And here it is. I didn't really go through this. So I'm just as fresh as with this as you are today. And two things strikes out at me just off the idea of what she says of being perfect exactly as I am. It takes me to my scriptures in the so-called Holy Bible today. Okay, our scriptures are our scribes, things that we've written for order, for the perfection of our order. When you hear me say that, so let me take you to Matthew 5:48, where it states, and it's one of the shortest verses in the Bible. I think it's one sentence: "Be ye perfect, as your Father in heaven is perfect." Now, it also states that exactly as I am. I ain't lying. This is what Louise wrote, y'all. I am can be found in the beginning of the same book called the Holy Bible, where Moses was asking God Almighty, who should I say sent me? He didn't say Allah. He didn't say Buddha. He didn't say Krishna. He didn't say none of these gods. He just said, tell him I am. And now, to this day, 2025, you have a whole bunch of individuals in society just running around with the idea of something of just I am. But we're not quite clearly yet. In small degrees now we are, but we're far from the real the implementation of the concept of practicing the I am. But it's okay. Don't worry about that. It's nobody's fault. It's the timeline that we're on that we wrote. I'm sorry, not that we're on, not so much that we're on, because you wrote this timeline. People, you wrote this script. Didn't nobody else do this. Nobody else called for this existence but you, me. And I know so because I know me. I know myself. I know where I'm from. I know where I'm going. I know why I came. I know why I'm gonna leave. I know how I came. I know how I'm gonna leave. I don't need T.D. Jakes to be telling me, Rick Warren, Joyce Myers, and none of these people to be telling me, Billy Graham, or asking me, am I saved? Who in the world told you I came here to be saved? How about that part? What if I don't just haul off and smack you? Like, yo, you on the wrong tree, ball. You don't do that. You don't ask that. You made a mistake. You done went and got yourself into something you didn't even know you was touching. Now it's my fault. Y'all mad at me because I smacked the nigga. You know what I'm talking about? But it was for just cause. Trust me. When you was little and you did shit around your father, and if he was a real man, you got a little eat. I don't care if it was on the hand. I caught the shit as an adult. Nigga, we don't talk about a God would knock your jaw loose and then help you and show you where you fucked up. And you won't make that mistake no more. And now you carry on in that same energy. See, because why? You know you got the ultimate right, the power, which is the forces with you. Check. So Louise go on to say that I am perfect exactly as I am. I hope y'all wrote that scripture down. That's Matthew 5:48 in the so-called Holy Bible. You are neither too much nor too little. You do not have to prove to anyone or anything who you are. You are the perfect expression of the oneness of life. That plan, that diagram inside your hand, there's none other in the whole world like it. If you think I'm lying, get locked up and tell them that, make a name up. It's 10 of us in the car. We all give them fictitious name. I tell y'all all, yo, don't worry about it. Just don't give them your real name. And you tell them you Mickey Mouse, you Daffy Duck, you Goofy, I'm Big Bird, and so forth. You know, when we get inside the precinct, they're not going to write that shit down. They might be laughing and, it caused a little time to go by. It's 2, 3 in the morning. But they want your fingerprint, people. They want your hand. Why they laughing? Hey, Chief, I got Mickey Mouse. You done locked Mickey Mouse up. No, you fuck you did. Where is he at? This nigga down Kensington. Yo, we better not tell the mayor. We gonna keep the news. We gonna keep the news out of this one. Yeah. But the bottom line is, the government, they all got that line in your hand. And you the only one that can't read it. I know you don't, because when we had the signs up there on the avenue, and you seen it, big ass hand, come inside, let me read your palm, and y'all niggas just cross the street. Like you scared of the store. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I got flowers and shit, beautiful lighting and earthly things all in the window. And it just says, let me read your palm. Let me tell you your future. How many of you donated and went in there? Tell the truth. I didn't. I'm going to be honest. I remember I'm holding my mom's hand. She dragging me down. This was Lehigh Avenue back in the 1800s. I'm walking down Lehigh Avenue. She pulling me. And I read everything. I've always been a reader, still to this day. I bet I lived in libraries. They burnt down a lot of my libraries in past lives. Trust me. So I'm coming into this world still reading, and I see that sign. That, well, to me, it's a big ass post back then. You know how you women are when you pulling your little boy down the street, especially when his father ain't around. I'm like this. So I'm trying to read, and it says palm reading. So look. Let me see. I'll show you. Y'all seen this before. Don't act like you ain't seen that. Let me show Facebook first, and then I'll show YouTube. Get yourself a copy. Hardback if possible. Don't get the paper, because the dog gonna eat it up and the teacher ain't gonna like that. But get you a hardback copy, people, and start understanding yourself on a deeper level, so you can know how you are communicating with God Almighty. Oh, people, please. Don't make me be here on earth feel like I'm wasting my time. I'ma hate that shit. It's just like doing a video and there wasn't no goddamn sound all day yesterday. Like, this nigga did a 2-hour stream. Luckily, is a backup, and I did do it on Facebook. But again, YouTube, I apologize. And I appreciate Barry. I think it was Barry, if I'm not mistaken. Forgive me if I'm not saying that name, who it was. But he put it in the chat. And guess what? Because I didn't have my glasses on when I teach, and as I still right now, I didn't read it. I seen it pop up. I seen something pop up, when somebody types something, you see the chat move. So I seen that. But like today, right now, I'm not going to read anything that you got to say. I don't care. And that's not disrespecting you. It's just that I got something better to talk about than what you want to talk about. Okay? So, did we get to Louise? No, we didn't. We did get to her, but I don't think we quite finished with her. Let's get back to Louise. Thank you for your patience for Louise. Hello, you on the line? You still on the call? Oh, thank you, Louise. What that mind y'all love? The American type of fucking situation in way. I love channel 6, 3, and 10. They don't itch. They don't even got no drink. No. I don't even know if half the time, if you pay attention, if they eye you blink. If you really pay attention. I caught a lot of these people eyes, they don't even blink. Elon. Check Elon out sometime. He could be in a crowd and everybody's eyes is blinking and he won't even give one to their 1,000. I'm counting them, y'all. I'm looking at this shit. Y'all don't know, man. I'm on my game out here, y'all. I'm so galactical on my job that I'm already in the 19th galaxy getting my flowers. You don't talk about like that type of energy. And that force that will come with you wherever it is, whatever meets you, whatever avatar that you have fashioned. Listen to me, because some of you niggas, and I know you may not know this, but I know you better than you know yourself. Hey, what does it say in the Holy Quran? Huh? I know you. I'm closer to you than you are than your jugular vein. And until you understand that, it will be so until you say otherwise. Check? Okay? So here's the thing. You're going to either have to be unaware or be aware. And I'm being respectful, people. Keep that in mind. I'm wanting to be most humble, but at the same time, I'm sincere, real, and it's going to be it's going to be sometimes bitter. That's what truth is. I found out too the hard way. Let me put my glasses on so I can read something on YouTube. Hold on. What's this going on YouTube? It said, sorry, the live chat is unavailable. Why is that? Okay. I didn't do it. Probably one of these computer wizards did it. See, when I come up, and when these computers, like when they first started with the Dell, the Apple, when they was at like Colonel Doherty, Bishop McDevitt, Martin Luther King, and then Allen finally got him. I had white friends already. I come from where we played football on a computer. You pushed it up and then the arrows and shit. I hated it that. That was corny as shit. I couldn't wait till they came out with the hell hand game, a Nintendo thing with the little dots. At least that was a little bit more realistic in my mind. So I know what they can do with technology. Okay? I don't believe nothing. This is why you got a winner. This is the type of, I'm not running for no type of position for existence. For the record, I'm nobody's leader. I'm not even a teacher for real, for real. But the point is, you're in good hands if you frequent with me. It's like Allstate. Don't Allstate put you in good hands? Well, why not what you think that I'll give you and put you in good hands? And that is the simple fact that you should be trusted, living, doing for thyself. And of course, they're after everything else that is of yours. But the first part that has to be together is the way that you vibrate. And that's the way that we think. She go on to say that you are neither too much or too little. You do not have to prove to anyone or anything who you are. You are the perfect expression of the oneness. To this day, you still, when you lay down and you so-called dream, you are doing nothing but taking control of another vehicle. Real simple. I hope that can best explain what's going on. Stop this crazy stuff. Man, great Nate, I had a dream that my dress was red and it blew up in the air when I went outside. What do that mean? I don't know. You got to go figure. I mean, excuse me. I used to say that. But however, I figured it out now. Since y'all keep asking me so much, I had to realize that it means that you were somewhere. I don't know if it was the Poconos. It could have been in the windy city of Chicago. But you had on a red dress, sweetheart. And it just happened to be blowing up. Why are you trying to make it so difficult? What do you mean? What do it mean? If you were standing right here and you had the blue dress on and the fan was on, I had it on high. Right here, right now. You're not dreaming. Well, actually, you are. Because according to your theology, your existence is roll, roll, roll your boat gently down the street. Man, 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 man. Life is but a dream. So how do I differentiate what's talking to me and you right now from that of when I lay this avatar down and do something else? I'll wait. You don't know. You can't explain. So there's no such thing as dreaming. If you multitasking right now on the below, I'ma guarantee you, I'll put my life on it, that you will multitask too on the above. Because it's not, we'll be defying the laws of physics, as above, so below. And the multitask above will only mean that you occupy more than one avatar, as many as you can. Some of you going to take this idea that I just explained today and run that ass to sleep tonight, so-called sleep, and create you another avatar. And guess what? You going to come to me tomorrow and be like, yo, guess what? Child, I had this dream. Oh, yeah, he was in my dreams. You ever watched the movie The Wishmaster? Go and watch the movie The Wishmaster, people. One of my favorite. And I'm not really too much of a movie watcher, but when I dissect these movies and decode them, well, you better know it was well worth watching. Okay? Because I got to study. I got too much other things to be doing to be watching movies. But I got to, first the title got to catch my ear. And then I got to do some investigation because I know these people are occultists. So I'm above them. So I'm already in the etheric realm working. But when for the physical to, of course, we need it to be. I could come down to earth if you got to. If I'm playing the game, I created the beat suit. Pay attention now. Never let your left hand know what your right hand doing. In other words, what do that mean? Never let the physical know what the spiritual is doing. All right? That's where that comes from. It's an ancient occult saying. It's only been, as times went on, you know how niggas is. Tell them that Jack and Jill went up the hill to get a pail of water. You'll hear the story at the end. Jack and Jill came back with a baby. I guarantee you. Teacher be like, God damn it. That's not what I told him. Even though just GP is a nigga going to twist it up. Because you're going to laugh. You're going to tell my kid, imagine my kid. Now, he's the 7th out of 33 in the cipher. Listen, supreme mathematics and science we dealing with here. I'm not here on mistake. Okay? You see it. You see it. That's the supreme symbol of the nation of gods and earth, y'all. If you can't draw that, if you cannot draw that, I say, if you cannot draw that with your eyes closed, you ain't God body. And I said that. I know a lot of guys in earth going to disagree with me and probably can't. But it depends. You get your heart weighed, you may get a pass. But I'm talking about for real. The head, that symbol there, that's not a symbol to be played with, people. I've seen on everything that I love, and I loved everything that left, lives get taken about this symbol right here. I can bear witness to that. Ask Nui Mims. Well, he's gone now, but if you know anything of the history and the life of Nui Mims, which was one of my enlighteners, he'll let you know. Real talk. Just YouTube. They got videos about Nui Mims. All I say is like, God damn, I'm glad I didn't have to make the papers that way. Because a lot of people think that's, something of, because the way it's like a documentary on YouTube. So I didn't understand that. And probably some of you people are going to 100 years from now be in documentaries of the actions and the things that you're doing. So you never know. That's why I say, people, let me make sure I can still be heard on YouTube, man. It's crazy. Crazy messages is up there. All right, so at least it's still sound. It says that the chat is disabled. Maybe I hit a button. But it's okay. It's not the day that I need to be concentrating on you people here that's come to gather with me today. The only thing that I can say, if you're listening, I'm so grateful for you. I really appreciate this. And you don't have to pay me. There's no cash app. But do know that you're giving me the energy only to just keeping greater of becoming all of what it is positively that I've intended to be. And I'm a host for you. All right? So just know that you was it's like, oh, that's a beautiful feeling. Somebody say that for me, because I know that because I'm on a journey, and as long as I keep going on down these roads, that person that enlightened me or gave me that light bulb lit of an idea. You know how in the cartoon they put the light bulb upon the character's head? That's what we go through. That's electricity, people. You're electric. And so while being here, you're going to need vital minerals, proper nutrients, both physically, spiritually, and mentally. So Louise Hayes goes on to say that in the infancy of life, you have been many identities, each one a perfect expression for that particular lifetime. Be content to be who and what you are in this life. Do not yearn to be like someone else, for that is not the expression you chose this time. You hear me? If you're powerful enough and you can't wait, you could go ahead, lay it down tonight, and so-called dream and create that. Hence, why do you think people love to sleep so much? Because they go into their dream state and they figure that what? The life of the dream is less stressful, anxiety, frustration. I ain't got to deal with my husband cheating on me type situation. I ain't got to whip the kids' ass because they don't listen to me type situation. I ain't got to go to work at a job that's not paying me shit type situation. So I'd rather go to sleep immediately as I come home. And you can get another job and work yourself to death so that you don't have to be around the things that's bringing you and causing you heart hurt in life. And it's only hurt your heart because you have not learned to deal with these events in earth appropriately and correctly. You have not yet been shown first the issue in what's going on, let alone presented with the proper elements for remedying any types of matters. This is facts. This is why. How do you know? How do I know it's facts? I'm listening to your heartbeat, which means your cries. What does it say in the Bible? God listened to the cries of the people. So I'm listening. You better stop thinking I'm falling short of my job if I'm telling you I'm God. I ain't got no choice. Once you said it, you can't go back. Would you want me to stand in the corner? I go stand in the corner. Either way, I'm still got to cash that check that you taught. If you can't handle assignment, don't tell the teacher that you want to be God. Tell them you might want to be a firefighter or something. That's what I told the teacher. And so what? I have to manifest, just as you do, people. Each character that you play in your life is the character that you wrote the script and intended for it to be. And you have to deal with that and make it best into rightness. Evolve with it until it's time for you to leave. If not, that's the character that the energy, it's in your DEA that has to manifest and come into fruition again to make what? Evolvement. In other words, you could put it to rest. Let's say I haven't overcame smoking. I'm gonna make a mild and light of the topic. Let's say that I've never overcame smoking cigarettes, and although for 80 years I wanted to stop smoking cigarettes, and this nigga died, he's still smoking cigarettes. I got to come back to stop smoke the cigarette, B. Were you playing with it? That's where you may fall in existence, because you playing with it. You playing with your life. You playing with this life. You think it's a joke. Just because God don't see. Oh, yes, he do. You just don't understand the perception. You thought the guy looking out there like this was too high. Look at that China. Okay, I see Wong Tong Tang. He tearing it up. Let me go over here to the wilderness of North America down here in North Philly. Woo! Look at Bro Lehigh. You know what we doing? Partying, wheels up, charges in the middle, spinning. You think God like that? It's not that kind of way, people. This is much deeper than whatever Elon is doing. What Elon is doing is that of what you are. Put it that way. So if you're fascinated of what the fuck my homie Elon and his fucking son Exodus is doing, okay, I'm not surprised. I grew up with white folks. I mean, I know how they think. So that's what I'm surprised of. And more surprised of how you're not manifesting. You're the OG. That's AI. You get it? That's it. I ain't gonna say no more. I want to hear what Louise got to say. She's calling me. What do you say, baby? Hold on. Call her on the line. Louise, are you still there? Thank you, baby. So patiently waiting. I'm sorry. We're gonna get right back at you, Louise. What was you saying? She said that be content to be who and what you are in this life. Do not yearn to be like Mike, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, or whoever the other these niggas that they told you to be like. I'm telling you to be like you. God told me to tell you that. Every great saint told me. And if you think I'm lying, we will bring wrath down upon here. You think Trump is giving hell out there to them people? He only doing that because we on his neck. What's wrong with you? That man ain't doing nothing wrong or out of order. He's doing what far beyond what you can't see, that in necessity to be done. And people, I don't play these games on earth, so I'm not Democratic or Republican. I'm not pro-Trump, nor am I non-Trump. It's too many niggas that's part of the order for me to favor it. I'm sorry. I'm dealing with galactical entities right now. All I could say is, yeah, they doing what they supposed to be doing. Okay? That's if you needed an idea of approval or a rating or a vote, that's the best yet I can do for you. I can tell you that yeah, the planet Earth is pretty much on time with time and what it's supposed to be. It's a beautiful thing, y'all. And so, and continuing, closing with Louise, because we have to let her go. You know, we have other things to move on to. I think we got Manly P. Hall on the line. And so we definitely want to hear from him. That's our last guest. And we're moving expediently through the American European centric time here. So in closing, she states that next time you will be different. Oh, let's back that up, because you might not know and understand. Maybe these people came in late. What do you mean next time, Nate? Next time what? Next time I go to the supermarket, I might get better food. Or next time I go to the restaurant, am I going to get better service? No, hold up. I'm going to let you know. Let's back up, because that's a good question. Because my mind is all over. I talk about any and everything all at the same time. So I want to keep you in line with what Louise was talking about while we had her on the line. When we talk about line, what we talking about? Not the phone line. I hope you're not thinking about I got her rolling you literally on the phone, people. No. This is above. We're talking about spiritual shit here. You got the great line, right? You got your line. You got the ley lines. Some of you niggas on the 33rd and 44th parallel. If you don't know, you better learn, because this is what empowers you. So while again we have her on the line, let her go finish so we can let her go. And it's in conclusion, she states here that next time, we want to back up. So do not yearn to be like someone else. This is important. Listen. For that is not the expression you chose in this lifetime. What are you trying to be like Mike when you ain't got Mike skills? Every time you go out there on the court, you break your ankle, the ball, bend your thumb up, hit your finger, you got a splint on, somebody knock your teeth out with the elbow, you broke both your ankle. Come on, man. Hey, you're not even out of high school yet. All because you like the Chicago Bulls watching Michael Jordan talk about, and they put it in your head. I want to be like Mike. She says that next time you will be different. Or, as I'm telling you now, it's with the advanced teachings, because remember, when dealing with me, we monastery type material. This is what goes on. This is far greater even what goes on inside the Oval Office or any Bone and Skulls meeting. I don't care if it's the Bohemia. When you and I verse, it is the most supreme of all energy that's well worth versing in. See? So we can safely say here that you can lay that body down tonight if you want Eastern time or if you want any other time. I don't care if you want demon time. When you lay that avatar down that's paying attention to me now, you go ahead and create that. Whatever it is that you wanted it to be. Let's say you wanted 3 women in one house or 3 men in one house. And you came home from a hard day's work and they just gave it to you, pounded you out. You know that you're not going to do that here. Because your husband might say something, your wife might say something, your brother might say something, your sister, and you may even have to go to another city to commit such an act. But most cases, it's not done here. So what do? You go fantasize. You say, I go dream about it. And it's not a dream, people. It's some real shit that is actually going on. Why do you think the people of the conscious community state that you exist multi-dimensional states of existence? You have great scholars have told you this, from Napoleon Hill, and which we get into here now, some Manly P. Hall. We're going to get into some secret teachings of all ages. So let's finish up, because that's important. We got to wrap that up tonight. We got to get that done, and time is moving. So in conclusion, what Louise is saying here, understand and understand that next time you will be different. You are perfect as you are right here and right now. That's the most important part that we need to be clear with. That and what you are, the I am right now. Tell yourself, okay, it's good. I'm cool. Thanks, Nate. I appreciate that. I don't care what you've been through. I don't care if you grew up and they beat your ass every day with an extension cord. It was to bring you into the great individual that you are today. It was for purpose and reasoning. You are one with all of life. You are perfect right here and right now. You are sufficient. There is no need to struggle to be better. Some of you people think that you're here on earth to get rich. You talk about, oh, I got to get rich. I'm here. I want to be rich. I want money. I want this. I want that. When you're not even knowing that there's already things that's been you set up a line for you. Now, because you got caught up with the American way of existing, right? You've been demoted to that of the root chakra stages. You're going to miss out on all the gift that you wrote for yourself to have, chasing something else, instead of putting yourself in alignment with everything that it is that is already awaits you. All you need to do, she says, is to love yourself more today than yesterday. And look, treat yourself as someone who is deeply loved. Don't wait for me to love you. I'm going to give you some fictitious love. And in fact, it's not even going to be the love that you deserve and need. Because I don't know the love that you need. Only you know that. So the only thing my relationship with you will be about is to fulfill what? My love, my desire. Not in consideration. How many people you know too often go through this in relationships, putting too much in and never getting what the fuck they want out of it or what they expect it to be? Huh? Looking for love in all the wrong places. You better go inside. I'm just here to help you see. And you talking about, oh, I love you. I love him. No, you don't. You love the energy in me that gives you the incentive to want to be the greatest. But because of your indoctrinating and educating, you don't see it like that. Oh, I love Michael Jackson. Oh, I love Whitney Houston. Oh, I love me some Janet. No, you don't. You caught up in your lower desires. You caught up in the physical world. And more than likely, you're damaging yourself because what's going to happen is that your heart will weigh in heavier than the feather come the day of judgment. And here it is now. I got to hear you talking about, oh, I thought I lived a good life, man. God damn it. I thought I paid my taxes. I stopped at every red light. I opened the door for the old lady. Bash, is that you out there, Bash? Oh, okay, I see you on here. I don't know how long that's been there. We got Bash Ali on site. My bad. I got to recognize that energy there. Yes, indeed. Ashe. Namaste. Much respect to Bash Ali. Okay? Travel well. I love your energy out there. Thanks for your posts. You know what I'm saying? I definitely like the Eagles watch. You know? Keep with the shining. Because the eagle is symbolism to that of perfect freedom, y'all. I could break down the mathematics and the science of how we made this possible here in Philadelphia, but that's not the stream that I've come to do. Yes, sir, Bash, you still here. Appreciate you, God. Yeah, so, much respect. Yeah, to you and your loved one, too. Congratulations on the wedding. I'm so and gratitude for you to be able to have that experience. It was something that I experienced myself. So I still this summer probably where we probably gonna get together. I'll meet everybody and so forth. But continue to live the life, and we have to know that the life that we have. I could be living. I could be like I know. Let's take Rashad Jamal, Divine Insight, for instance. Yes, sir, God. Travel well, Bash Ali. Travel well. I could take Rashad Jamal, for instance, other known as, I call him Divine Insight. And this guy is in prison. He's under duress, threat, and coercion, y'all. Y'all know him as Rashad Jamal. He's locked up for some crazy charges. I can't right now get on to the story, but the moral of it is that I love his energy while he in there. He just dropped a YouTube post, and like the guy you could tell is shining. And I know I've been through the same type of scenario and situation, so I know what's it like. And I realize how it's a great experience for him. He's taking more advantage of being locked up, right, than that of Jesus, Moses, and Muhammad, because they did the same thing. If you look at it properly, we can realize that all these individuals did, such as Moses, Muhammad, all your spiritual leaders, right? Even to today, what do the Hindus do? What do the monks do? They stay in the monasteries and you don't see them for so long, of a period of time, because they or developing and chanting, channeling, and receiving the proper revelation through that of transfer of information from other vortexes and sources of pockets throughout all of existence, as far as you allow yourself to expand. People, this is so deep, I could almost can't even, I'm having trouble to quickly bring words up to match the frequency in which I need to convey. Like, this is crazy. You are so phenomenal. English can't. English, in fact, was created to confuse and debase the very existence of what I am. I am. Dr. Clark. And for Shaka Barris single, Shaka Musa Barris single. All these great scholars. I studied their mindset, y'all. These, listen, you gotta understand. Did we finish with Louise? I think, because just she might want to go. We ready to get deep. Let me see something here. I got you. Hold on. I got you. We're gonna get back to this. I'm gonna just finish up with this for the people who need this. Again, there's no need to struggle to be better. All you need to do is love yourself more today than yesterday and treat yourself as someone who is deeply loved. Love is the nourishment that it has here, humans, but not just humans. All right, love is that. Well, let me be respectful and read what's here, okay? Because y'all know me, I like to upgrade, I like to upcharge, you know. I like to be on a continuous. That's what we're getting into. That's what I think it said here earlier, right? About your expression of your oneness, huh? And be content of who and what you are. And what? Next time you will be different? Yeah. So love is the nourishment that humans need to fulfill their greatness. As you learn to love yourself more, you learn to love everyone more. Yeah. I didn't think so at first either. I thought, like, no, that sounds bigot and, like, what they call Donald Trump, narcissistic and, you know, selfish. Oh, it's far from, that's the trick. Look, I peeped my head. I did like the little girl in The Simpsons did. I peeped my head through the bubble, the lies, the deceitfulness. And I seen that the grass is the fuck greener over here. I just made a post on my Facebook page. You gonna see the different sides of the ice wall. Okay? The grass is greener. Remember they told you that? No, the grass is not greener. But I tell y'all, it's always upside down and backwards. If you ever heard growing up that the universe don't evolve around you, I'm talking about you special people. Y'all heard this before. Your mom, your father, may even been a teacher, your babysitter. Because of your energy and the way that you move. It ain't that you was like, oh, yo, y'all, did y'all know that the universe evolves around me? No, the screen ain't freeze. I'm just making the universe evolve around me. If you heard that, then all intent and purposes is that they wanted to trick you. Your demeanor, your energy. See, Satan know who you are when you come here to earth. They know. You get birth certificate. Why do you think they implemented numbers and a barcode? And injections. Don't forget the big part. That's the big major part. Every baby gets vaccinated. Oh, yeah. It's documents. They know astrological, numerological. Who the hell is entering the northern gateway? You here just having sex and popping out babies. You don't know what's going on. But that don't mean that there's some order to this shit. Oh, I got 10 babies, y'all. How many baby daddies you got? I got 3 baby daddies. That's not how the game's supposed to be played. You don't go to work and do anything that's out of order. You follow strict, precise orders at work, exactly the way it's supposed to be done. Why? Because you know you'll get fired and they will replace you and get somebody in there who can do the job. So why do you take your life as such foolishness and play? Let's let Louise go, y'all, so we can get to Manly P. Hall. And I apologize. But she states here that as you learn to love yourself more, you learn to love everyone more. Together, we lovingly nourish an ever more beautiful world. Right? We are all healed, and the planet is healed too. That's TOO. With joy, we recognize our perfection and the perfection of life. And it is so. Let's give Louise Hay her flowers, all right, while she's here. Go out and get you a copy of this, titled Trust Life. Now, brings us into conclusion, last and never least, a final chapter of why we're here tonight with the secret teachings of all ages, which of course is not easily ready for us as usual. You know how technology get once you start doing something good. They want to fuck up. Just like people. As soon as you're ready to start, like, yo, where's the cameraman? He gonna be late. Oh my God. Same thing still to the day. And people, they're not going to listen. As long as people like you are here, that's in your God mind, they can't manifest the AI. They can't bring in robots to control everything. It's only you that makes it happen. And until you relinquish your power, that will never manifest. So they got to wait till you die off. And they doing things to expediently the job so that we can die off. So like in another 100 years, everything will be more robotic here on the surface in America, on the earth, on the ground. You see? Because an individual like me can manipulate artificial intelligence. Just like we did with everything else that the government creates. Think about it. You did it with the military. You did it in the military. You did it with the food stamps. You do it with everything. You always find a way where you can get over. So Elon and them, they know that you still got God Almighty here on the planet, and that just like with the pandemic, that didn't all aren't out well as expected. Right? Look. And in many of the things that they're doing and wanting to do. They just sent a rocket up. I watched it on the news tonight before I started streaming. Another rocket went up there. Oops, there it is. I don't know who did that and what's going on, but it's not important. The important thing is that we recognize how if anything artificial seeks to take you over, you can't let it. You're supposed to make a robot on your team. If they implemented robots, police officers, there will be a tragedy to some people because we can manipulate them. It's a machine. It's artificial, which means it's not real. It's only programmed, just like you, basically, but more on a metabolic, molecular level. All right? So let's get into this. The title is Human Body and Symbolism, coming out of The Secret Teachings of All Ages by Manly P. Hall. If I can find where we last left off, the computer went cucarachi on me. Damn, that's crazy. This thing with, oh my goodness. I had it set up. It's not going to take me long. Please forgive me. I'm going to put sounds on. And we're going to get right into it, y'all. Share the message, not the video. You know why I say share the message, right, and not the video? There's a reason for it. Because you people today, you like to share the video, don't you? You would love to just hit that little button on the right-hand side, talk about share, and hear your little ringtone sounds go off, ting, ting, like you did something. But if you, I figure if you share the message, it'll be inscribed within your neural system. And that way, it's downloaded, encoded, I hit it in your DEA. What they say in A, you only keep by giving it away. Yeah, that's that dark side, yo. When you go in the dark, guess what? You come out light. That's a fact. Read it in the Bible. In the beginning, it was what? It don't say dark. I studied that book. So you was already in the dark. Look deep in the crevice of your mother's womb where you was, and remember, it was dark. Triple stage of darkness. let's get busy, y'all, because I gotta go. Both God and man have a twofold constitution. Listen, people, and record this in your mind. Even if you don't understand it, it'll be useful and good for you later. Okay? Coming out of the secret teachings of all ages, the human body and symbolism by Manly P. Hall. Again, both God and man have a twofold constitution of which the superior part is invisible and the inferior visible. In both, there is also an intermediary sphere, marking the point where these visible and invisible natures meet. As the spiritual nature of God controls his objective universal form, which is actually a crystallized idea, so the spiritual nature of man is the invisible cause and controlling power of his visible material personality. Thus it is, and thus it is evident, cause and uh, I'm sorry. Thus, it is evident that the spirit of man bears the same relationship to his material body that God bears to the objective universe. The mysteries taught that our life was anterior to form, and that what is anterior includes all that is posterior to itself. Spirit being another to form. Spirit being, anterior to form. Form is therefore included within the realm of spirit. It is also a popular statement or belief that man's spirit is within his body. We could all agree on that, right? That, okay, if I don't move, if I look in the mirror and my lips ain't moving, and I tell myself I love myself, you can agree that even if I can't identify you know what I mean? Let's say I'm that dumb. I've been standing in the corner for like 33 years, just a degree over being frozen. And I ain't not identified yet as to what was going on in you say your mind, right? Let's and speak in human form so we can all dialogue and comprehend together and have an agreement. It will be under the guise and idea of understanding. That part that says, I love you, that's the spirit. And so, according to the conclusion of philosophy and theology, however, this belief is enormous. For spirit first circumscribes an area and then manifests within it. Philosophically speaking, form, being a part of spirit, is within spirit. But spirit is more than the sum of form, as the material nature of man is therefore within the sum of spirit. So the universal nature, including the entire sidereal system, is within the all-pervading essence of God, the universal spirit. The tetragrammation in the human heart, the tetragrammation in the human heart. That quote from Bohemi's Library Apologetics states that the tetragrammation or four-lettered name of God is here arranged as a tetraseeds within the inverted human heart, and beneath the name Jehovah is shown transformed into Joshua by the interpopulation of the radiant Hebrew. It has a symbol, N-O, indicating Shin, okay? The drawing as a whole represents the throne of God and his hierarchies within the heart of man. That's what it represents. In the first book of his library, Apologetics, Jacob Bohemi thus describes the meaning of the symbol for we men have one book in common which points to God. Each has it within himself. So, in other words, you the original book of God. I'm the book of God. Your anatomy and everything about you. We just have what we have today, and like this type of form is just because you got to keep in mind throughout time, everyone wasn't advanced. Go back and look on the pyramids. This society is just now bringing into existence what was already on the pyramids. So that means that what? At some point, there was some dumbed downness that went on, and you just so happen to what? Now incarnate to this state. And now you're recognizing and realizing, like, hold up. No, just that thing of it isn't that African Americans didn't come from Africa. Most of these people was already here, if not all of them. Maybe the Turtle Island and ancient grounds is and the motherland is over here in the shores of America. Maybe Christopher Columbus didn't discover America. And go on and on and on. So obviously we learn and see how there's been some deception going on, right? And so here it states that the join as a whole represents the throne of God and his hierarchies within the heart of man. All right? For we men have one book in common which points to God. Each has it within himself. Let's be clear, which is the priceless name of God. Its letters are the flames of his love, which he out of his heart in the priceless name he has here, Jesus has revealed to us. And remember who this is. And obviously, he feels strong about the ideology and the science and mathematics in the way in which Jesus was coming in. And I don't blame people. Jesus described the energy, the true nature of what Jesus was about. I have no qualms with. I'm wholeheartedly in uh, submission to the ideology and philosophy of Jesus Christ. In fact, Jesus stated greater works you should be doing than him. And so by being so fond of what the jewels that Jesus has brought to us, right? I made an intent purposely to and bound to be of service to the God form or the God order and doing greater works than what not just Jesus did, but what any God have done. Remember, this is 2000 allegedly supposed to be 25 in a time period. Again, I always ask you if the president has informed us that there was a new world order that was in the making, and if you listen to your last past at least 5 presidents, they have forewarned you about this new world order. I ask you, what role will you be playing in the order? Or are you going to let them do whatever they want? Huh? That has yet to be seen. Trump is only 60 something days in. So far, so good. Everybody looking good. People realizing, recognizing what Elijah Muhammad been telling them. You need to be doing for yourself. You need to be getting up and getting your own. Trump administration and none of them niggas ain't got nothing for you. They're liquidating right now. We need the Trump. Their philosophy is that we need our shit back. We need everything. We got big debt to pay. They got the overseers. See, y'all don't understand business. In business, that's why I never got no LLC license or anything in my business, because I didn't want to have to have nobody over my head, you know. And so look at them. Who's over their head? The Moors, the one who gave them this land, who let them be in power and come to, all up and down Germantown Avenue, all up in there into Valley Forge. I so very well know. I live right here. I know the order. I know what happened. I was amongst many incarnations with the partaking. I ain't gonna lie. I'm guilty. Not selling y'all out. Just know that I didn't have no choice. The so-called people you love sold you out. Else they take your head off. Just like today. Niggas in the industry, they seeing what happened to of a celebrity. They don't want to speak up and say nothing. I'm trying to stay here and give you this message. You gotta know what to say, how to say, where to say, and who to say it to. Check. Okay, so Manly P. Hall in his book Secret Teacher of All Ages goes on to say that according to another concept of the ancient wisdom, all bodies, whether spiritual or material, have three centers, called by the Greeks the upper center, the middle center, and the lower center. An apparent ambiguity will here be noted to diagram or symbolize the adequately abstract mental verities is impossible, for the diagrammatic representation of one aspect of metaphysical relationships may be an actual contradiction of some other aspect. Now, I know these words are kind of like far stretched for some of us, but just be patient and most of part get in the Pictionary energy, because you go there, the words will express itself in the picture. That's how I learned how to get through this reading without having to have a dictionary next to me. I used to do that. I used to get a dictionary and read Naeem Akbar, Chancellor Williams, Cornel West, and a couple other, W.E.B. Du Bois and all the Plato, Socrates, Aristotle. Yeah, I used to have to sit with concordance, dictionaries, and probably several other books open in front of me. You see, I got a big desk, which today is filled with nothing but, and apparatus is made by the W man. But other than that, on a desk, it's supposed to be, pencils, pens, rulers, tape, you know what I mean? Things you can educate niggas with, teacher shit. Like class, we really gonna learn something today. That's old school. We don't do that no more. Everything computer now. You know what I'm talking about? So just allow me to utilize these words. I've read this book before, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't look up pretty much hardly none of these words. So I get the picture, I get the point, right? Why? You're an overseer, 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 officer, officer, overseer, officer, overseer. So therefore, it must be said, reading on in the Secret Teachings of Old Ages, that the first, which is considered as, we've been there. These three universal centers, we read that. Since the superior or spiritual center is in the midst of the other two, its analog in the physical body is the heart. All right, which will be, I always like to think about the chakras, associate the type of energy that we're supposed to pulsate in, right? So that would be the green chakra, right? because that's what it said here. The heart, the most spiritual and mysterious organ in the human body. Second center, or the link between the superior and the inferior worlds, is elevated to the position of greatest physical dignity, the brain. The third or lower center is regulated to the position of least physical dignity, but greatest physical importance, the generative system. Thus, the heart is symbolically the source of life. Check. The brain, the link by which, through rational intelligence, life and form are united. Why? How is this, Manly P. Hall? I don't think he goes into explaining how life and form are united and generated through that. What it say? Thus, the heart is symbolically the source of life, the brain, the link by which, through rational intelligence, life and form are united. Because the brain is where the carbon and copper is stored for you to have your electromagnetic connection with the avatar. Oh, we're going to get on down now. And we ain't even start yet. We just on the first page. We 2 hours in, y'all. No, I'm joking. I'm going to wrap it up. Because I'm going to get deep. And I don't intend to get real deep on social media. And I got a habit of doing that. So I check myself. And I know when I start getting real deep, I'm going to check out. I'm going to roll out. I'll go play. I got to come back down to earth. I'm high up on my goddamn pink cloud. You know what I'm talking about? And it's okay. Never let a nigga tell you come off your pink cloud. You go tell them go fuck themselves. Okay? Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's better than somebody else fucking you. If how that song go? If you don't like you can go ahead and fuck yourself. That's a song. I love that song. I heard that before. Just like the song it's called what is it called? Somebody Brothers. They made the song, and it was ironic Hollywood started burning when I learned of this song. The Hartley Brothers. Let's see something. We're gonna do. I'm gonna hear this. The song Hollywood Burn. How many of you people heard that before? They don't believe this exists. Y'all think Hollywood would burn by accident? Look, I'm going to let y'all hear something. The brothers singing Hollywood Burn. That's not it. Who sung the song Hollywood Burn? No, not them. No. Oh man. What is the name of these people? What are the brothers? Who are the brothers that sung Hollywood Burn? Who were who were the brothers who sung Hollywood Burn? Burn, Hollywood Burn. Damn, what's their name? It goes, I'm gonna tell you, you don't give a fuck about me. I don't give a fuck about you. Burn Hollywood Burn. They won't give it to me, huh? It's crazy. It's some hours, y'all. Oh my goodness, I can't. Any overtime I don't get. All right, so it's not important. Anyways, let's get back to this reading right here. All right, so basically, we talking about where we at. Connecting with the brain. How is this done? Right? In your vehicle, when you start your car, you need a carburetor, big. I don't know if you knew that. And inside this thing called a carburetor, is a bunch of rat twisted coils of copper. Hence, in the Bible, Jesus had what? Skin like copper. Did you know skin is the biggest organ that you have? Now you see why you got high fructose corn syrup in all your consumptional needs? It clogs, it diminishes, destroys, impurializes your skin. It makes it incapable of functioning to its highest purpose. And don't get mad about it because this goes on. Just know that you done because you ain't got no knowledge and you refuse to get some. That's what it's saying in the Bible. God been told you was destroyed for lack of knowledge. And now you acting all new. Oh, why are they doing that? It tell you on the pack, smoking cigarettes may kill your ass, give you lung disease. You chose to go on and keep drinking it and eating it and smoking it. They tell you. They gotta tell you. They tell you so they don't reap no karma. Now, if I sold an item on the corner and I put some lead poison in it, and y'all brought the apple and everybody eat it, and you walk down the street, start dying, they see a pattern start to take place. Y'all call the authority, they come to me. I could be held accountable. But if I put on the package that this shit has been injected with some C4, okay, and you need not be consuming this, and if you want to buy this, it's at your own risk. I don't read no karma. I'm telling you. I'm explaining to you what you're getting into. It's just so happy you addicted to C4. So as light bears witness of life, which is itself source, so the mind bears witness of the spirit. This is how you connect, reconnect that back to your avatar. In fact, I've heard it said through the great line that there's an invisible and biblical cord between that of your physical body and your spirit. You see? So, again, as light bears witness of life, which is its source, so the mind bears witness of the spirit. And activity in a still lower plane bears witness of intelligence. Thus, mind bears witness of the heart. Listen, while the generative system in turn bears witness of the mind. Accordingly, the spiritual nature is most commonly symbolized by a heart, the intellectual power by an open eye, symbolizing an open eye. Okay, make sure if you represent and get out there and get your eye of Haru. Can y'all see this? I want everybody be able to see. Yeah, I got to show y'all. This is what I'm tagged with. And until otherwise said, I have to emit that energy right there. I keep it. It's not for nobody really to see. It's personal. It has a. It's like it's stainless steel, and so know that everything has its own energy. Water is not the only thing that can store memory, people. If everything vibrates, and so it says in the book of Kabbalah, and it does, then it has awareness and consciousness, and you can have a relationship to and with it. Okay? So remember, symbolize the intellectual power by an open eye symbolizes the pineal gland or Psychopene eye, which is the two-faced Janus, Janus, of the pagan mysteries, and the generative system by a flower, a staff, a cup, or a hand. While all the mysteries recognize the heart as the center of spiritual consciousness, they often purposely ignore this concept and use the heart in its exoteric, not esoteric, but exoteric, EX sense as the symbol of the emotional nature. In this arrangement, the generative center represented the physical body, the heart, the emotional body, and the brain, the mental body. The brain represented the superior sphere, but after the initiatives had passed through the lower degrees, they were instructed that the brain was the proxy of the spiritual flame dwelling in the innermost recesses of the heart. Listen, the student of the esoteric, ESO. Here's where's the difference, meaning the information that's only available and ready for those who it concern. Esoteric. The student of esotericism discovers error long that the ancients often resorted to various blinds to conceal the true interpretations of their mysteries. The substitution of the brain for the heart was one of these blinds. The 3 degrees of the ancient mysteries were, with few exceptions, given in chambers. 36 chamber! Woo, 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 woo. You get the science? 3, 6, and 9, people. Come on, wake up. Wake up. What did Nikola Tesla say? If you master the mathematical code of that of 3, 6, and 9, you turn into the great I am. Well, he didn't say it in those words. I'm just paraphrasing. You know, I like to talk my sassy own shit. You know what I'm talking about? But really, though, you understand that unlocking the codes to your whole entire universe, y'all. I'm not sitting here telling you something lightly. This is some real serious shit. The Pentagon wouldn't want you to know. Yeah, of course not. They need to keep control on you. They don't want you free like me. There's very few niggas that's free like me. And that's all they're going to allow. Because with me, you can't do nothing. You can't cure psychotic. There's nothing you can do. So, but they just keep setting up traps along the line for me. That's about it. Like the Little Red Robin Hood. You know what I mean? That's what that story is for me. Every long way I go, I always got to watch out. You know, a little something there, a little something there. But for the most part, I got to do what I got to do. And they got to allow me to do what I got to do so that they can even exist to do what they got to do. You see? It's almost like they got to have a black person on a job and a Puerto Rican so that they don't seem, they keep a balance. You know what I'm talking about? You go to an all-white community, they got a black dog, a black car, white woman, Caucasian, European, blonde head, blue eyes, jogging down the street with an all-black jumpsuit on. Or at least they one best black friend. So they understand the law of the blackness. But they're not going to tell you that, though. The one special black friend, he got to be an idiot. You can't be a conscious black friend all up in the White House. That's like mixing oil and water. You're not going to get along. You could be agreeable, but there's definitely going to be too much disagreeableness going on, and that's going to cause a lot of confusion. Okay? So understand and understand. There has to be a balance. There has to be a balance in everything. That's just the law of the third realm. I didn't make this up, y'all. This is what I've learned. This is what I've discovered. And just like Aristotle, Plato, Shakespeare, and whoever else you want to name that's been great and gurued up and saved out, I have the same opportunity to do. Figure it the fuck out. If the world is a stage and we all got a part to play on it, then goddamn it, I'm going to play the best part. That's just me. I'm a Taurus. I'm the base and foundation of existence. We're the earth sign. If it wasn't for me, what are you going to play on? What are you going to do? If I don't play my part, how do you continue to link? Think about it. You ever ran track? And you see how the women pass the baton? That's cosmology to the science of order. Oh man, I used to run track, y'all. I was so perfect in all that I do. I always amazed everybody, the coaches, and yet I'm not in Hollywood talking about, yo, hang up his jersey. This is Nate the Great. How did that happen? How do you have the greatest people unnoticed? I tell you how. You're being deceived. The people, even the people who they get to play the role, they are informed of what their purpose and intent is. They know. And when you truly oblige by and sell your soul, you get a star over there in Hollywood and you can go kiss it. That means you officially are a fallen star. You sold out and you deceived the masses of people. Look at the Oscar award that they give them people, y'all. Did y'all notice the Oscars that just went on? Who noticed the background stage? Was I smoking too much that night, or did that look like the Freemason symbol in the background of the stage? Was that set like that? Or maybe I had too much Philly Special. We got this shit in the dispensary in Philadelphia called the Philly Special, and I smokes that, and that shit, it's better than Blue Lotus. It's better than mushrooms. All my guys, all the guards be taking mushrooms and shit. Smoke some fucking Philly Special, God. You gonna see niggas coming and calling before that shit even happened for like 3 days. Damn, I knew this female was going to call me. I don't call y'all bitches. Even though that's a respectful title, but y'all don't understand it to that degree, and you chose for it not to be said, so I don't use that terminology. If you don't want to be a bitch, I ain't gonna call you no bitch. I mean, excuse me, honey, I ain't gonna call you no bitch. But the point is, you kind of understand, was that state, the Oscar, it is that of, it's actually a new Oscar, a new holding the frat and the frail. Check. That's what's the initial symbol. Image, should we say. Holding the staff. If you pull the two up side by side, you'll see the symbolism. These people are practicing magic. That's all I'm going to say.
that's unaware to the unlearned and the untrained eye. That's safe to say, without any flash backlash or uh you know, that's just how it goes. But once you know, you know. If you don't know, they said let the dead sleep. Let the sleep with the dead. Why do you think my videos don't be algorithm too strong like that? You would think that what we see, not talk about and play and do, the way the mind that we have will go viral. No, I already knew that once I hit the fucking airway. Why do you think I didn't write my books or publish my books? Why do you think I didn't open up a radio station? I wanted to do these things. I wanted a Arsenio Hall show. But I seen the backlash that Arsenio got when he had Farrakhan come on there. I said, oh, no. See, I knew a long time when I came to Earth that Hollywood is not the field that you're supposed to be playing in if you're on the God team. If you know anything of just the area in which Hollywood operates out of. See? And again, I'm getting a little too deep, and we're not intending to be real deep here. But again, I do want to help you see. All right? You make the decision. You heard what we read, and what was it? Ileana Vanzant making a decision. But once you make that decision, there ain't no turning back. Because see, your mind makes the agreement and is cast in the Akashic record, which is the etheric realm, the Earth electric magnetic field. Okay? Your thoughts vibrate. If you don't know that, you better do some due diligent researching and studying. These white folks that now created apparatuses that can pick up your thought wave process. Facts. Been had the technology. It's just advanced today. Your Apple phone now is doing the suffice job for them. And your Android. Whether you got service on it or not. If that device is in your area and it got a battery in it, it may not even need a battery, from what I'm being told right now. I'm channeling somebody, but I don't care to know who it is because I'm talking right now. So you actually being rude, whoever you are. I appreciate your input. Welcome to the cipher. But when I get to preaching, I want everybody to chill out. I don't want it like the social media, the YouTube stuff I see. Everybody in the chat talking about all kinds of shit. I be watching other videos and looking at the chat, and they in the damn chat talking about shit that the author ain't even talking about. Y'all ever look at that? I mean, like, if you can pay attention and you listening and you downloading, you resonating, you tracking with what the person's saying, then that's a different story. But most of these cats ain't that advanced. You need to be paying attention to what the author is saying. It could very well be something that's worth saving my life. I'm in the chat room debating and arguing whether the goddamn fire hydrant is orange or red. Dumb shit. But I tell you. So I gotta go. I want to conclude with the idea that We done here because this is monotonous one with this talk that he's saying. It's all Harvard and Yale, Princeton, centered conceptual views and words, people. So it's not a big deal about the secret teachers of all ages. I just wanted to bring this book out. I'm gonna share a lot of it with people. Some of the contents is that of the ancient mysteries and the secret societies. Okay, Atlantis and the gods of the antiquity. So if y'all want to hear things like that, I ain't got no problem in making me some herbal tea, you know, blowing back some doobie and getting on here and reading this information. Because I know when I first read this and studied it and analyzed it, see, I study information. I just don't read books. I study them. That's why today I study people and take what they say and do and make it better. That's my job as a Taurus. I'm kind of like the one who's like, whatever you can do, I can do better type nigga. You know what I'm talking about? So we're going to get into some more of this information later on. You're going to be want to stick around and check out my videos, y'all. As time go on, it's going to get deeper. I'm going to be in compliance and continuous in giving you the most necessary information to keep you afloat to whatever's going on in America. That's why I'm here. You better take advantage. Remember, I'm just here to help you see. We ain't friends. I'm not your homie. I'm not your boyfriend. I'm not your girlfriend. I'm not your lover. I'm not your brother. I'm not your cousin. I'm that nigga. I'm just that nigga here on planet Earth. And all y'all are the same to me. The nigga in Chicago, Chi-Town, B-More, Now Why, it's no different than my brother, my sister. That's how I ride. Some people say, well, how I can't see that? Listen, I respect you on the level same as I do with Trump. And that's with the highest regard. I respect you as if you was an alligator down in the swamps of Florida. Because you just might bite me. And that will be the end of this avatar. And I don't want that. So I learned my art. My art is to deal in existence with tranquility, peace, love, bliss, harmony, justice, rightness. Not so much righteousness, but rightness in life. Righteous people, they are all right. But I prefer to be more right than righteous. I'm going to be covering ideas such as the life and teachings of Thoth, Trust Me Justice. We're going to go over some initiation of the pyramids. You're going to like this information, people. Because, see, not only do we just read this information, we dissect it, digest it, and manifest it to where it best fits us to this day. A lot of people like to ask, well, Nate, you so smart. You got all this intelligence, this information. What are you doing with it? I didn't know you were so intelligent to ask us a question. I didn't know if nobody knew that you take information and do shit with it. So that's a surprising question. By all means, if that's what you want to ask, ask. That's intelligent. The average nigga can't figure out that. The average nigga didn't know. That's why people ask that. Because some people didn't know that you could take information and do something with it. Ask Elon. Elon learned that knowledge was power, and that nigga ran with that. You could have did the same thing. But no, you destroyed because you do not like knowledge. You prefer fantasy, fiction, falsehood, spooky stuff. You like it mysterious. Huh? Yeah, you do. I heard you. God works in mysterious ways. You speak your life into existence. So if God works in mysterious ways, then guess what? Your whole lifetime is going to be mystical. You might as well go ahead and get it in the mystic shrine. Huh? Get in the Houdini lamp and let me rub it. And when you pop out, I'll make a wish. Yo, take care of yourself, YouTube, and do it on purpose. All right? Let me rock out on one of my tracks. I'm out of here. I gotta go. I gotta go and transform into a whole new state of mind frame, a lifetime, a cycle. And if you got the ability to do that in this existence, do so. It's good for breaking the monotony. All right. Learn your spiritual self. Exempt your spiritual self at least 18 hours out of the 24 hours. God cares less what you do with the rest of your time. It's not important. But if you give me more time than that to your, I'm reading it and you're talking about to yourself. If you give yourself more time to, not me or no mystery guy. I'm paraphrasing. I'm symbolically speaking here. But you benefit, You give yourself more time. The 24 hours, you need at least 18 hours to yourself. Whether you on a job or not, be on a job and half-ass it until you complete it with it is what you need to do with yourself. You do it with your cigarette break. You do it on your coffee break, right? You know you don't come back from your breaks until you finish your sandwich, your cigarette, and your coffee. Same thing with your spiritual self. Don't give nobody your energy, your mind, until you've got it straight and settled in your head as to where you been, what I'm going to do, what's going on, and what I'm going to be doing after it's all said and done. You need to see that every day. Huh? So yeah, I'm out of here, y'all. I gotta go and do some service. Some more service. I know I'm doing service to humanity now, but this is spiritual. I'm a spiritual guru. I'm a spiritual healer. I'm a spiritual doctor. This time, let me see, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. The other 6 hours, I got to do it physically. That means I got to exercise, eat, and make some money in 6 hours. If I said I'm doing 18 out of the 24 spiritually, that means you only got 6 left. Right? 18, 8 and 1 is 9. This is keeping you in the power of the 3, 6, and 9. You will never go wrong. Because out of 24, 2 and 4 is 6. You got 6 hours left. So you want to eat well, communicate well with the niggas on earth, the human beings, the monkeys, even though despite what character that they're in, you don't fall no lower than 33 degrees. You maintain 33 degrees or above. Check. I don't want you coming back home talking about you've been saved or you found the Lord and or Christopher Columbus discovered America. Or your ancestors is from Africa and they was enslaved and came here in the wilderness of North America and had to help the white man build his country. We don't want to hear that. That's not true. That's fabricated. No, you didn't come from monkeys. Come up out of that Darwinism. There's no way that you could possibly came from a monkey. All right? So, I'm out of here, y'all. Take care of yourself and do it on purpose. Peace. Okay. I gotta hook up the Bluetooth. I'm sorry. Let me hook up the Bluetooth. Got the Bluetooth. Technology. Ain't technology a mug, y'all? It's so funny. It's so cute. I think so. And it don't even operate right. Like it needs tweaking. You know? Upgraded. But I understand. America's only like 400 years old. This is a baby nation. This is a baby civilization. The beginning and the functioning and manifestation, people, they declared their independence, what, 1776? They don't know nothing compared to the other civilizations that have been here for trillions of years. So we got a lot to learn here about America and in America. You know what I mean? And a lot has been hit. The order of the world has been reset in the 1800s, and information was buried, burned, and restricted. But it was decoded in your blood. And it's being ignited after being laying dormant for a period of time. So if you have not been vaccinated or injected with any foreign substance, you'll be able to pick up proper transmission of information. If you have been vaccinated, you're going to have to wait till you detox from that stuff until it's run its course. Luckily, there's a good side to it. It don't last forever. Nothing that man makes lasts forever. Nothing that they do in those laboratories. Don't get just because they got over there in University of Penn and Penn State fine laboratories and gadgets and fucking tubes and things. That stuff that they do is temporary. They're incapable of ever affecting anything of the organic seed. Trust that. All right? So if you've been infected with anything or you're going through something, it's exactly that. You're going through it. It's not real. All this shit is an illusion anyway. If it was real, it wouldn't cease to exist. Think about it. If it was real, why do it cease to exist? Anything real lasts forever. Be out of here. I got to go. Got to go right now.